Now to President Trump raising questions with cryptic comments to reporters.
Cryptic indeed. ABC's Gloria Rivera is at the White House with what the president is saying about those remarks and now how he's rolling back a key Obamacare mandate. Good morning, Gloria.
Good morning, John. Guys, these comments really still are a mystery. They came as Trump met with his top military leaders at the White House, and he characterized that meeting as possibly the calm before the storm. Now, those comments come amidst escalating tensions with North Korea and the administration's intended decertification of that nuclear deal with Iran. This morning, the president's cryptic comments have yet to be fully explained.
You guys know what this represents? Well, maybe it's the calm before the storm.
President Trump delivering that message with a smile.
What's the storming?
Could be the calm before the storm.
Trump flanked by his top military leaders and their spouses. ABC's Cecilia Vega pressing the president and his press secretary for clarity.
Mr. President, what did you mean by calm before the storm yesterday? What did you mean by that?
With a wink and a pause.
You'll find out.
Was he referring to military action when he said calm before the storm?
We're never going to say in advance what the president's going to do.
But how seriously should the American public or American adversaries, for that matter, take these comments? Was it a joke? Was it serious?
I think you can take the president protecting the American people always extremely serious, and if he feels that action is necessary, he'll take it.
But the president's intended message still unclear. Meanwhile, this morning, the White House facing a lawsuit. The ACLU is suing the Trump administration over its announcement to immediately roll back Obama-era contraception mandates that allow women access to birth control on the grounds of religious liberty. Businesses, both large and small, can object to providing contraceptive services on the basis of a moral conviction. The new rule's a coup for the administration and its supporters. But for some women, like third-year Notre Dame law student Kate Rochat, it's a troubling reality.
My only access to birth control right now is through my university health insurance. I could possibly lose access to what I see as a fundamental part of my health care just because my university is religiously affiliated.
A lot of students like that feel the same way, but these new scalebacks do leave in place existing programs that provide subsidized contraceptive care to low-income women, such as through community centers. Still, one state already, Massachusetts, is planning to take these new rollbacks to court, arguing they are unconstitutional. John, Paula?
Probably just the beginning, Gloria. Thanks for your reporting from the White House. Okay, John, you are our chief White House correspondent. Give us
can interpret all this stuff.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Okay, so give us your interpretation. Calm before the storm, and then Cecilia Vega presses him on it, and he says, you'll find out. What does this all mean?
Well, I got to say, who knows, first of all, to be totally honest. But you have to know the context here. This was not some grand strategy. The president didn't, have a big rollout for making these remarks. What happened is the press corps had actually been given what we call a lid at the White House. It means everybody can go home. The president's not going to make any more public comments for the day.
This is on Thursday.
Yes. And what happened is everybody was called back in. The press pool is called back in because the president, wants you to come in and see him with the military leaders, and then he makes these remarks. His staff had no idea he was going to do this. When the vice president was asked about it, he said, you got to ask the White House. And the vice president works in the White House.
Yeah, and people still don't really know how to respond to it. I want to bring in pollster Kristen Soltis-Anderson. She's also our political analyst. She's in D.C. for us this morning. Yeah, maybe if you have your crystal ball for us this morning. But Kristen, good morning to you. I want to know, as a pollster, though, how does this really affect the way that people view Trump as commander-in-chief?
Well, Donald Trump has always been viewed as unpredictable, and for an awful lot of people, that's not a good thing. It makes them a little nervous, especially in an unstable and unpredictable world. You want the commander-in-chief to be a stable force, but there are a lot of folks who are big fans of the president who think him being unpredictable, that is a feature, not a bug. It's a good thing to keep adversaries on their toes. And so I think it plays into the way people who both like and dislike the president think about him. It underscores that he is kind of a wild card. But whether you think that's a good or a bad thing, I think depends on whether you like this president or not already.
Well, and this notion of the big reveal, of building up the drama and the suspense around a major decision, whether or not to fire his HHS secretary, or, I mean, he's done this countless times over and over again. This has been part of the fascination with Trump. It's actually worked for him. Now, he's never done it around the possibility of nuclear war, but this has worked for him.
Sure, and I think if you asked his administration officials, is this a good thing? Is it giving results? They could point to something like what China has said about North Korea in recent weeks, saying, look, we'll stop sending oil. We're really going to crack down on businesses doing business there. You had 8 years of President Obama saying we're going to have strategic patience there. Trump comes in, he's unpredictable, he's doing things that make a lot of people very nervous. It may not, by traditional standards, be the way you want to conduct foreign policy, but I think he might say, well, look, we're getting results, and that's all that matters.
All right, Kristen Soltis Anderson from D.C., thanks for your insight, and our master interpreter.
Yes,
and
in North Korea and the Middle East, all the experts in the previous administrations didn't actually do very well either.
Oh,
so
there you go.
They were more predictable, but not more successful necessarily.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.